Thank you, SK, for leaving this comment yesterday and helping me realize that this is a video that needs to be made. Some of you might remember the video I made where I discussed the arguments that this YouTuber Vegan Gains makes, and the thumbnail he used showed a pit bull type dog chewing down on a squeaky toy. And as many of you know, dogs love squeaky toys, and I think he used this picture to try to show us how harmless and sweet and innocent and baby-like pit bull type dogs are, you know? But it's the opposite. The reason dogs like squeaky toys is not the same reason human babies like squeaky toys. Human babies are learning about their environment, and they're learning that there are reactions to their actions. So when they hear the sound of a squeaky toy, they are delighted to realize that they are creating a sound in something. They are learning how their bodies work. It is delightful to them. It is something that is kind of surprising to them. And unlike dogs that enjoy squeaky toys for the entirety of their lives, human babies lose interest in squeaky toys after a few months. They do not try to rip apart squeaky toys. They might chew on squeaky toys when they are teething because it feels good on their gums. Babies are born with natural curiosity, and they gather information about the world through their senses. They will mouth an object to gather information about it. And if the object makes a sound while they chew on it, it gives the baby a thrill of realizing they can make things happen. But they do not try to destroy the squeaky toy, and they do not chew on it with the same intensity and vigor that dogs do when they chew on squeaky toys, because they enjoy squeaky toys for entirely different reasons. Dogs enjoy squeaky toys because they are predators, because they are killers. A very simple Google search will reveal this. There are many, many different dog-based websites that will all tell you the same thing. According to the American Kennel Club, studies conducted by scientific researchers to examine why dogs preferred certain toys over others concluded that it can all be traced back to our dog's wolf ancestry. Similarly to how wolves choose their prey, dogs prefer toys that can be torn apart, smell like something they can eat, or make noise. The squeaking sound may be annoying to us, but to our pets, it resembles the sound of a scared or injured animal, which activates their hunting instinct. You read through website after website, dog experts tell us the same thing. The squeaky toy noise is comparable to the sound of prey that is frightened or injured. There's a very primitive part of its brain that signals, this is a prey animal that's dying. The dog gets very excited, wags its tail. You'll see videos, most videos in which dogs are attacking people or animals, will show the dog wagging its tail excitedly because dogs love it. They love to kill. All dogs, big dogs, small dogs, they love it. So when the squeaky toy stops squeaking, that signals to the dog that the animal is dead and that it can quit attacking. The sound of the squeak intensifies the dog's attack. I've talked a lot about predatory instincts in dogs on this channel. I've talked about prey drive and predatory drift. I've discussed what experts have told us about dogs, that dogs are predators, that they are set off by high-pitched noises and frenetic movements. It isn't only squeaky toys that propel them into a state of frenzy, but the sounds of young children, even older adults, as you'll remember from the Ice Bucket Challenge when the older woman began yelping and making high-pitched noises when the bucket of ice water was dumped over her head, and then was bitten in the face by a pit bull type dog.
Go ahead.
I have talked about bully breeds and genetic hyperarousal, and how these bully breeds are just more wound up and react with more excitement than other breeds when they hear high-pitched noises. They've done experiments in which women were fake crying, and these bully-type dogs would jump up into their faces and get really excited, a lot more excited than other breeds. So they think that this shows us that these types of dogs love us more than other types of dogs. This is not love. This is predatory instincts. This is a dog that was bred to kill and becomes very excited when it hears the sounds that resemble a prey animal in distress. It amazes me to no end that despite the fact there are so many dog experts and dog-based websites putting out this information about dogs, that dog people continue to believe that dogs are innocent, pure, loving creatures. If a creature was loving and pure, first of all, it wouldn't attack another animal, and it would not intensify its attacks when it senses an animal is frightened or in pain. You'll often hear dog people say that dogs attack because they smell our fear, which is true. When they smell chemicals our bodies release when we are frightened, that also triggers their predatory instincts to attack, because their wild ancestors would attack, frightened prey. What does a loving creature do when it sees another creature that is frightened or in pain? It backs off. It tries to maybe comfort or reassure that creature that is frightened or in pain. Dogs do the opposite when they sense fear or pain or suffering in a creature. They want to attack it with even more intensity. They want to kill it. How loving! There are no bad dogs, only bad owners. If only humans were more like dogs. We don't deserve them. What is going on here? The horrible stories of infants attacked by dogs are often the result of the child left alone with a dog. Well, that's not always true. Sometimes the dogs attack the children even when the owners are in the room. But even if that's true, why on earth would you want to kill her in your house? It's not attacking your child because you're present, but as soon as you leave the room, it's going to attack your child because it wants to attack your child. It's just not attacking because you're there. Why do you want a killer in your house? And why do you keep insisting that dogs are loving creatures? They're not. They are not able to love. They're predators. And it's not only large dogs that can be deadly. Small dogs can be deadly to small humans. I've talked about how a Pomeranian killed an infant. A Dachshund ate the genitals off a baby. How do dog people reconcile this? There's some serious mental gymnastics going on that I don't understand still, even after making videos and researching all this stuff for years now. I just don't get it. Isn't it easier to deal with reality rather than to live in denial and have to lie to yourself and others and then get defensive when your delusional beliefs are challenged and lash out and attack others? Like, it's just mental. This whole thing is crazy. And future generations, like I always say, are going to recognize the truth about dogs. Their eyes will be opened. They will no longer deny the facts, the truth about dogs. And when that day comes, we will be well on our way towards a dog-free future. In the comments under my previous video, I mentioned that I am a big Salad Fingers fan. I love David Firth's work, especially Salad Fingers. And I mentioned that I made a doll and a display box for the doll, and someone asked if I could show it to you. So I said I would show it to you in my next video, so here it is. It's entirely posable because there's wire inside of him. So he's bendable, he can stand or sit. I made the finger puppets that come off his fingers. There's Hubert Cumberdale, and there's Jeremy Fisher, and of course Marjorie Stewart Baxter. His display box is full of grubby taps, which he dreams about and loves. He's got rusty spoons. This is the largest rusty spoon There's a rusty fork in the background there. There's a bunch of rusty things. There's a rusty nail up here. There's another rusty nail. Those of you might remember that episode where he gets distracted by a rusty nail and forgets about the boy in his oven. So he's got hairs on his fingers that are made out of hemp string, and more rusty spoons and rusty objects. And talked about the hairs from the episode called The Cupboard. There's the tape with hairs that my family members provided, or 5 of them there, just like in the episode called The Cupboard, or Cupboard, whatever. On top of the box, I have jars of mine tailings from the town I grew up in. I used to play in mine tailings. This toxic stuff, waste materials from the mine. We called it the slimes. And the slimes remind me very much of the Salad Fingers universe and that desolate area where Salad Fingers lives. I feel a strong connection to it, I think because of my childhood and the slimes. So that's my Salad Fingers and my Salad Fingers box. And lastly, here's a picture of my largest cactus, which I failed to include in my last video, which was about plants, my house plants. I somehow forgot to take a picture of this beauty. I'm not sure what the species is. If you have any idea, let me know. I just deleted the app on my phone. I had this app called Picture This, which is surprisingly good at identifying plants. You just take a picture and it tells you what it is with amazing accuracy. But I deleted it off my phone after I finished my last video because I didn't think I'd ever need it again. I don't even know what kind of cactus this is, like I said, but it's a happy one. I've had it for many years now. So I just wanted to share that with you because I forgot to do that in my last video. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching. Please share my videos, and I will see you soon. I have some great videos coming up in the near future. Bye-bye.